Lions, tigers, and healthcare, oh my, what is in the healthcare bill? Which healthcare bill is it? Is it 3200, 3590, or 4872? 4872 is actually the bill that was introduced to fix the errors in 3590, the original bill that was passed by Congress and went to the White House on March 25th. Now, we are still filtering through the details and fielding tips and discoveries from our viewers. One startling fact that was sent in was in Section 5210 of H.R. 3590 that establishes a private army to be available and ready for involuntary calls to active duty during national emergencies that is to be staffed with officers hand-selected by the President. What this looks like to me is that the President can choose the loyalists who answer directly to him to ensure that martial law is fulfilled if and when the regular army refuses to enforce any unconstitutional orders. I vaguely remember in history class a German leader who had an army of his own loyalists called the SS. Let's recap the bill's constitutional violations. The bill mandates fines on people who do not buy health insurance. That directly violates the Fifth and Sixth Amendments. The bill violates the Fourth Amendment's protection of privacy by allowing government the ability to look through a person's medical records to find out who's insured and who's not. The Ninth Amendment codifies our natural rights within the Constitution, saying although power is not delegated to the Congress and the people are basically retained by the people, and Congress doesn't have the power to mandate health care, period. America is on a fast track to a date with destiny, and temperatures are certainly rising since the passage of the health care bill. That health care bill is in direct opposition to the Constitution of the Sovereign States United. It's time for the Reality Report. Welcome back to the Reality Report. Let's go to Nina Police in the newsroom for today's headlines. Nina?
Hi, Gary. Yesterday, defendants arrested in Detroit at a weekend FBI Midwestern militia raid appeared in court. The 9 defendants, all members of the Christian militia group Houtre, are being charged with advocating the luring of law enforcement officers into ambushes and conspiring to kill them. The indictment also states that the group discussed levying war against the United States. According to their website, the mission of the Houtre militia is to keep the testimony of Christ alive and defend people from the Antichrist. And over the last few weeks, we have warned you about the impending biometrics advancements that the federal government is trying to unveil with local police departments. Well, it looks like it is officially here. Last week, the U.S. government unveiled the Biometrics Identity Management Agency, creating a national database of biometric records. Though mostly pertaining to military records, the agency has Defense Department-wide responsibilities and can be utilized to obtain data on anyone who is deemed a threat to the government. Coupled with the National ID card database in the healthcare reform package, the U.S. government is very close to enforcing a national database to know where you are, what you are doing, and who you've been with. Clearly, it's a jarring violation of personal freedoms. And in light of Monday's mass suicide bombing that killed 37 people on a Moscow train, U.S. enforcement agencies have heightened their security presence at transportation hubs. Uniformed patrols, bomb-sniffing dogs, and additional security has been dispatched to subway stops in New York and Washington, D.C., but it likely won't stop there. We have already seen the federal government overreact to the Christmas Day underwear bombing by placing invasive body scanners in 50% of U.S. airports. Now the fear-mongering and scare tactics will emanate from Washington, all in an effort to strip you of your personal liberty and freedom. Now you can look forward to naked body scanners, strip searches, and pat-downs at every bus stop, train depot, and dock in the country. And a picture recently taken in Houston, Texas brings a past Super Bowl commercial to life. The Green Police commercial that debuted during this year's Super Bowl depicted environmental police ticketing people for not being green. Now, this may be a reality. There is no confirmation on this from the Houston Police Department, but New York already has their own eco task force aptly named Green. They enforce environmental law much like normal police enforce the law, with proactive and reactive patrols. Those are today's headlines. I'm Nina Police. Gary?
Thank you, Nina. Yesterday we had a chance to speak with Tom DeWeese, the president of the American Policy Center, about Agenda 21. This is very important information for you. And we discussed why the green movement is really just another way for the federal government to limit your freedoms.
Sustainable Development Program, Agenda 21, as we said, is a blueprint, what Al Gore called a wrenching transformation of society. And that was away from sovereign nations. It was away from individual liberty. Under sustainable development, you cannot have individual liberty, you cannot have free enterprise, private property, or limited government. It is the exact opposite of all those.
You do not want to miss this entire interview. Click the link in the description to watch it or go to realityreport.tv. Now it's time for the picture of the week. A billboard was put up and it says, "A Citizen's Guide to Revolution of a Corrupt Government. Starve the Beast, keep your money, vote out incumbents, and if steps 1 and 2 fail, prepare for war, live free or die." Wow. Remember, we can't do this show without your support. Show us you care and pledge $10 by texting RTR space 10 to 95495. Now it's time for the mailbag. This week we highlight a few notable comments that you left on our Facebook page. Outlawed Ed wrote, "What is it going to take for we the people to have finally had enough? If ever there was a time to get off your couches and get involved, it is now. We are truly America's last hope." And it will take the cable TV being turned off, grocery stores being empty, unless you stand with us and take the information on this show viral by sharing it. That's why we do this show. We want to inspire Americans to stand up. Ryan L. wrote, "The healthcare reform bill doesn't matter. Each state has to adopt it to become positive law. This means your state has the right to not adopt or exclude sections from it. So please call your local representatives to not adopt it." Ryan, I'm in total agreement with you. The states are now stepping up to present an opposition force against this unconstitutional bill. You need to locate your representatives online and turn up the heat. Now, Kevin M. bluntly said that he is turned off by the size of Obama's package. Well, Kevin, yes, we have to say the number of pages in the bill is vast, but don't just blame Obama. There were many people handling the package that contributed to the increase in size, including Republicans. Do you want to send us some show feedback that could get read on the air? Well, go ahead and send an email to feedback@freedom.tv. Include your name and town and whatever you feel, because it may just end up on the show. You can also search for our fan page on Facebook.com. Now, who is this week's enemy of the state? None other than media mogul Ted Turner. In a 1996 issue of Audubon magazine, Turner was quoted as saying, "A total world population of 250 to 300 million people, a 95% decline from present levels would be ideal." Yes, those are the words from CNN founder Ted Turner. Another reason to stop watching the corporate-controlled media. Thank you for watching The Reality Report. Please support the message of the independent media and forward this video to your friends, your family, and coworkers. And remember to follow us on Twitter. That's right, follow us on Twitter @Reality Report. I'm Gary Franchi, and remember, I am not here to make you a follower. I'm here to make you a leader among the people. Good night.